Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the September 25th, a fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. In fact, let's have an extraordinary weekend, an extraordinary life. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Let those fingers do the walking. Go ahead. Send me an email. Do it soon. Steve@TFNN.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. Again, I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to La Show. All the indices in the green out here, the Dow up 138, S&P 25, NASDAQ 100, 150, so on and so forth. Of course, you want to know, inquiring minds want to know, well, what does it mean? What does it mean? Is it going to continue to rally or is it going to sell off towards the end of the session? So let's go take a look at, since that's a question out here, let's try to understand what the markets are communicating to you and I. We want to take a look at various time frames out here. We'll begin that by trying to understand where is the market trading on the daily basis in relationship to support and resistance, daily and weekly. So let's go turn over and take a look at our TAS market profiles for the equity futures contracts. Now, the ES and the Dow, ever since last night at 6:01, have been attempting to form a new profile. It's here, it's gone, it's here, it's gone. I had just rebooted this system, this chart, before we came on the air, and it's here again. So we're going to use the information. So what is that information, Steve-O? Well, first is it's showing support on the daily basis, the ES mini that is, at the level of 32.59 1/4. That's the bottom of its slightly bullish structured profile. Price has made its way right up to the center. So with inside this price range, which is 33.30 to 32.20, both bulls and bears believe that the fair value for the ES mini is where it's trading basically right now. It's 32.64. We're trading at 33.61 or 32.61. So price is sitting right here, not giving us a great clue because it's where it's fairly valued. However, close above, let's say 32.70. If you see the ES mini close the session today at 32.70, the signal, and as long as its profile holds, and I don't know whether it will or it won't. I know that it's really attempting to form this bottom out here. Then what we'd be looking at is a move up to 33.30 into early next week. Also, if price is able to close above 32.59, then what we'll have held is the weekly profile. Now I'm going to turn over to my set of composite synthetic charts out here. You'll see the symbol. It says ES1 exclamation point. That's just a made-up symbol out here, and it's made up as a way for me to stitch together the futures contracts and provide better data, not the continuous contract out here. And in this case here, the numbers are going to change or shift slightly. But this is going to, and the reason why you really want to do this is, look, first, this helps me understand the larger picture, quarterly where our profiles, monthly where our quarterly profiles. You just need to have that historical data in order to generate that. But it also allows, especially during the early part of the rollover period, which in essence we're in, it really is helpful to understand where is support or resistance. So here, in looking at this chart, you're looking at the upper panels, you can see how support is held for both at this stage of the game for daily and the weekly time frame out here. Slightly different view from what we had before. This is the one that I would focus on versus the December contract for the weekly set of profiles. So price is held, and on a weekly basis, there's no intermediate term change in trend. Okay, so what else does that mean? What else can we glean out of here? Well, again, coming back to this quad version out here, let's take a look at the NQ. What do we know about the NQ? The NQ is traded above both the bottom of its weekly, which is held at this stage, as well as the bottom of its daily profile. Now, this is bearish in structure, but this is suggesting that the NQ should make a run for the 11,156 to 11,186 area. And we can't say that it won't make a run for the top of that daily profile at 11,362. But right now, the likely price target, I'm not saying today, not that it couldn't do it today, but I'm not saying today necessarily, but 11,156 and 11,186 is our resistance area. The Dow is back above, as we speak right now, the bottom of its weekly profile. So you'll watch 26758 at day's end. If that holds, that's a beautiful thing. If it fails, it's an ugly thing. It says there on a weekly basis, the Dow would generate a intermediate term change in trend signal. Fair value on this is up at the 26,960 level. That's the center of what really is an equally distributed box out here, a profile, and 27,329 is resistance. The Russell 2000 wanting to get in the game. Now, this profile is amazing. Don't know whether it will hold or not. Why is it amazing, Steve? Oh, well, this is coming from the Russell 2000. 1440, as we speak right now, 112 is the bottom of that daily profile. The center is at 1469. We're trading at 1463 right now. The top is all the way up at 1555. This is a gargantuan profile out here. And it's bullish in structure. If it holds and price can close above 1469, I'm not talking 1470. I don't know what I'm talking, but I know I'm not talking 1470 out there. You know, some nice move above that 1469 area. That would signal price would make a run up to the top of that profile. Don't know whether this one will hold, but the question is that communicating something to you and I, the small caps out here? Okay, so those are the profiles. So what is it that we know? What are we going to summarize here? We're going to summarize this way. Take a look at the ES Mini. Support is held. Can't bust them down. Price tries to bust them up. Where does it bust them up to? Well, bust them up either to that center, that fair value area, or the top of those profiles out here. So the ES Mini could be as high as 33.33 to 34.17, one step at a time. Inside the NQ, price is held to support on the daily and the weekly time frame. Again, the upper panel charts out here. Price should head to that 11,186-ish type area and perhaps even above that, 11,450. Don't pay attention to these numbers. But here, the point is, nothing has busted on the weekly level inside of the NQ. We take a look at the Dow, you'll see the exact same thing out here. Price holding potentially the bottom of its new daily profile, holding the bottom of its weekly profile out here. So that's the information that we've got there. Okay, what else do we know? And we're going to stick with the equity futures contracts right now. We're going to go take a look at the 30-minute time frame charts and go take a look at those opening ranges, those TD9 counts out here. So this is a beautiful thing. It's 1:14 in the afternoon. If you're trying to understand, is there momentum to the upside or not, you're getting that signal as we speak right now in the ES Mini. Are we getting it? Maybe not. Hold on a second. I think maybe the high is. So let me get my bearings. Not that I don't have bearings out here. Let me get my stuff together. Yeah, Stevie stuff together. And I'll have it all straight now when we get back to this break. But the ES Mini right now looks like it's headed to 32.88. Great.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So it was this ES Mini 30-minute time frame chart that was thrown me for just a quick loop out here. You can see the TD9 count identifiers out here, but bar number 7 is the high of this pattern, just by one tick out there. And so for Stevie's rules, it doesn't qualify as a TD9 count top. Now, what price is doing this during this half-hour session, it's testing its breakdown level, and that's at 32.58. We're at 32.60 right now. So if at 1:30 we see price close above this level, that is suggesting that price will then rise to the next area. The next breakdown area is 32.88.50 out there. Now, granted, it's going to have to clear this swing point that formed last night, and that high is going to be 32.68.25. So a close above 32.68.25 is telling you 32.88.50 is on the way out here. So we won't use this TD9 count as a topping signal. The prior one from last night or yesterday afternoon, most certainly, out here, and then again last night. You can see another nice TD9 count that moved price lower out here. But what it does is it does establish a floor of support on a 30-minute time frame. That's at 32.16. So those are the parameters to be watching for the ES Mini for signals as to what the market's intent is, perhaps for the rest of the day. Where I was really going is with the NQ out here. And the NQ is the one that could generate the biggest signal. The NQ actually does have a valid TD9 count, and that occurred on the bar following bar number 9. So that was the bar at 12:30. Now, the high of that session is what price will need to close above to suggest to you that, you know what, there's probably a short covering rally or something like that coming into the close, because that would be breakout mode out here on the NQ. And the NQ can most certainly run over everything to the upside or to the downside. So the level you're going to be watching, or the number you're watching, is 11.035.25. If we see it, so when you get a TD9 count, sometimes you get just a very slight pause. That's where we're in, at least in the last half-hour bar, the one that ended at 1, the one that's at 1:30 right now, just really a pause out here. No pullback, not testing support at this stage of the game. And if price is able to close above that high, that's telling you, okay, strong momentum move that's underway. Now, that's not to say that there aren't resistance levels just above us, because there are 11,053 and a quarter. So that's the number that you're really going to pay attention to. That's the TD9 breakdown level. And if you see a close above 11,053 and a quarter, this is telling you the NQ should make a run for 11,201 and a quarter out there. So that's what you're watching. Valid TD9 count. It's only the NQ that has a valid TD9 count pattern. We don't have that inside the Dow or the Russell 2000. Now, pull over those charts out here. We have those resistance levels like you wrote down for the ES Mini, but you don't have those topping patterns like we do inside the NQ. So it's going to be the NQ that's going to give us our Q out here. If we take a look at the Dow, very similar to the ES Mini, and that was bar number 7 that made the high. The Russell, or the Dow Equity Future Contract headed towards resistance 26,882. A close above that says 27,118 would be on the horizon. And the Russell 2000, which has been acting very strong this morning, and has that super wide profile that you and I looked at. Again, we won't know until Monday whether that profile takes hold or not. Nonetheless, what the did I really do that? And when I say really do that, yeah, I did. Okay, Steve-O. Swift. Very swift out there. Man, that was smart. That's okay. I have a backup plan. What's the backup plan? Backup plan is, let's come back to the Dow Equity Future Contract chart and just change it to the current symbol. So let's go. This will take just a moment here to populate. But what it does is doing all. Oh, didn't like that. Let's try this one more time. RTY. 1220. Here we go. So this is going to go ahead and figure out all the Rhodes Momentum Indicator tools, the TD9 counts, the Chapman Wave counts, see where we're at. And when we take a look at where we're at out here, price on that last half hour coming into 1 o'clock was a close above 1461.50. That was resistance. On a counter trend rally from a short-term standpoint, that's where price should have found resistance. It hasn't. It's continuing to move higher. So to the extent that the Russell 2000 is generating some kind of signal for us, and you put that together with the NQ, if it can close above the resistance levels, that's communicating to you what to anticipate coming into today's close. That's a beautiful thing. Now, prices, with regard to the Russell 2000, if it can take out the high from yesterday afternoon around 2 o'clock, that high, by the way, is 1470.90. That's when it'll have the free run to make a move up to 1487.40. So that's what's going on the daily time frames and on the short-term time frames for all of the equity futures contracts. So let's go to a couple of requests that we have out here. One coming in from G7 in the Tiger's Den, and G7 wanted to take a look at DDOG, I believe was the ticker symbol. So let's go take a look at DDOG, see what in the heck that is. That is Datadog. Datadog Inc. Datadog Inc., when we take a look at this here, hasn't traded long enough for us to get enough data on a monthly time frame. That's the right-hand panel out there, so we can't use that. Let's go from right to left out here. And what does that tell us? Well, what G7 now knows is he's got significant resistance if he's long this equity at $95.34. Or if he's looking to where's a nice level of support to buy, well, that would be down at $66.15. That's based upon the intermediate term time frame market profiles. Price is above the top of the daily profile up there, 82.23. So should have the free range to run up to 95.34, but it already did that. It did that a couple of days ago. And it tested that area and it's rejected it. So let's go take a look at my other charts out here. Let me get my other panel going. And let's just see what we can see about DDOG. And that is the data dog out here. If we take a look at the daily time frame chart out here, we can see that price has just been consolidating. Price had pulled back, generated Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal out here, and price pulled right back sort of pronto, to its breakout level. And that's at 77.63 to 76.92. Those are the breakout levels, so there's support. Price is traded above Stevie's green line. That's at 88.02. Since price tested resistance and then pulled back over the last 2 days to then test support, should make another run for that resistance level. That's what the daily time frame chart is communicating to us. The weekly time frame chart is showing us what? It's not showing us any kind of, well, it does show it's wave number 7 as the top out here. But again, I'd say a close above, well, now we'd have to say not just close above 95.34, but its all-time high out there is what you'd really be looking for to suggest that this is going to go ahead and move higher and do something other than just simply consolidate. So it's basically in a consolidation, a nice range out there, and prices near the top of that consolidation. And what you really want to see is a close above 98.99 to suggest that Datadog wants to keep moving higher. Hope that helps you out. Ian Miller. Really, it's not Ian Miller. I just say that because of one of my favorite movies, like Big Fat Greek Wedding out there. And you got to love Gus. You got to love Windex, right? Let's go take a look at PFSI out here, which is PennyMac Financial. And let's not forget Datadog with Atomic Dog. Anybody know that Atomic Dog tune out there? Great tune. You hear it in a bunch of commercials. One of the members in Earl Clue's band is the guy that actually wrote that. He wrote that song. I forget the name of the band that played that tune. Just having a little bit of a brain fart out here. In any event, let's stay with PennyMac Financial because we're going to a breakout here. And PennyMac Financial, it's trading inside a bearish structured daily profile, suggesting to Ian that price may want to make a run for the bottom of that profile. And that's at 50.42. 51 is the top of the weekly profile. So we get back from this break. Let's go figure out whether PennyMac Financial made any kind of a topping pattern out there to drive price to 50.42. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined the Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Bam!
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, Folks, let's go take a look at PennyMac Financial. PFSI is the ticker symbol. We see a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that was triggered back here on September 15th. You got the actual confirmation of that pattern on September 21st with the bear separating candle out here. Price below Stevie's green line. That's your resistance level right now, 57.55. Day 5 of a TD9 count is what it looks like. So the breakout level out here, Ian, is 43.10. Not really any clear indication that price is going to make its way all the way back to that breakout area, but it does look like it's got, maybe what price is doing out here. So on the weekly time frame, actually things look very good. Price has taken out that TD9 count top. It did that last week. Granted, price pulled back a bit, but as long as it remains about 52.58, no problem. Monthly time frame, you're in wave number 7. That can extend out there. Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal has been triggered. Back to the daily out here. What are you looking to do? You're just saying, I can't read that message on my system for some reason, and it's gone. So I at this stage here, knowing that you're in a bearish structure profile in the daily and you've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, I'd be careful. I'd at least wait for a bottoming signal if you're looking to take a long position. And so that would say wait to see if you get a TD9 count on this pattern out here, Ian. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in as always. John in Sarasota and Boston Dan have the same question out here, which is what's Tesla going to do? So let's go take a look at Tesla. TSLA is the ticker symbol, and right now trading at 400 and change out here, and it's in between. It's above the center of its bullish structure daily profile. So let me ask you this question here, Boston Dan, or anybody else that's watching us on Tiger TV. If you take a look at this chart here, based on everything that I've shared with you thus far, again, we're looking for high probabilities. By the way, September 18th swing point had 115 million shares, was tested yesterday with 96 million shares, and it was rejected. It's inside a bullish structured profile. Boston Dan, you're saying where will one buy it? Well, first, the bottom of that bullish structured profile yesterday would have been an A range out there, right, around the 347.14 area. But I'm just going to ask you this question. Where do you think price is headed to now inside of Tesla based upon the profiles out here? And you're exactly correct. And John in Sarasota, we want to share this with you. It's shooting for 450.71. Now, you're shooting for 393 by the close. That's a whole different. You're looking for this to move down. We'd have to go into the short-term time frame to try to take a look at it. But it's inside a bullish structured profile. Yesterday was a close above that center of that profile, pushing higher today. This is suggesting to you and I this wants to make a move for 450.71, the top of that box out there. Price above, it's back inside its weekly profile. 433.64 is the top of that profile. The bottom is very strong support. So there was a question, where do you want to buy this? I think that was the question, right? The buy, the real strong buy, is 295.95. Both the bottom and the center of the profile are sitting right there on its weekly time frame. Don't know whether price will get back down there, but that would be the real buy area. Now, let me pull over. Let me go back to, I've got the top 10 or top 8 NDX1 holdings. Tesla, I believe, still as part of that group in the top 10. And what do I have here? So 431.80 is really the number I think that Tesla is headed for. That is Stevie's green line. And for Boston Dan, so your question, John, was, did it great with gold. How about Tesla? Tesla wants to move higher. So we're going to use the 431.79 as its target versus 450 out there. But what I'm going to do, because it looks like Dan's in a trade, he's looking for something before, what'd you say, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock? By the close today. So let's go look at its 30-minute time frame chart, see if we've got some type of signal. So we'll give a twofer out here. If we take a look at the 30-minute time frame chart, we're going to see this bottom with the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal as well as wave number 7. That is letter G on my screen out here. If we take a look at what price is doing right now, I don't have any kind of a topping signal whatsoever. Price may pull back. You're looking for 393. 395 and change right now is Stevie's red line for its 30-minute time frame. So you're looking for 393. I'd be happy with 395. Now, again, that number is going to move down slightly, but I'd still be sticking with that 395-ish area out here. That should be your strong. 395.49 is actually both the bottom of its 30-minute profile as well as Stevie's red line. So that looks like where it may be headed to. That's Tesla for a 30-minute time frame out there. So, John, that was a twofer. We got one out of the way for both John and Boston Dan. No other questions out here. No other questions. That's a beautiful thing. If you got some questions in the den, please go ahead and repost those for me, just in case I overlook something. But if not, we'll just surf around and take a look at some other elements of the markets out here. Spot volatility index. Let's go take a look at that. Where is that trading? What's the number to be watching at day's end? It's going to be the 50-day. The 50-day is 26.75. Price is trading right now at 27.34. So watch that 26.75 level. What happens if price closes below that? Well, then the rip your face off rally, the short covering rally, has already begun, or will really have begun if that is the case out there. And if price closes above the level of 26.75, what do? If you're short, you stay short. That would be my message, because all we've got right now is a confirmed 2-day. What could be a knee-jerk rally out here. But if the spot volatility stays above that 50-day, well, okay, may just be that 2-day knee-jerk rally. But if price closes below it, and we've just went through all the support levels held on the daily and the weekly time frames out here, dangerous. Or, maybe stated another way, you should anticipate and expect to take some heat while you stay inside that trade out there. So the key level, 26.75 for the spot volatility index. Oh, I know what else we need to take a look at. We need to take a look at Perigee. Yeah. So as we take, Lisa, this is the 30-minute time frame chart here for the equity futures contracts. And here's the real key. So now we really got it. Oh, thank you, whoever told me to do that. Did anybody tell me? No, Stevie did it. Now, Perigee, which Stevie's got priced at as 11.034. That took place last week, I believe. Maybe it might have been Friday out here, right around 9:32 or something like that in the morning out here. And so Stevie's got marked the exact price that the NQ, or the ES and the YM, and the Russell 2000 were trading at. Turns out it's 11.034. We're trading right now at 11.031. So here's another real key level. If the NQ closes above 11.034, especially if it stays above it by day's end, this is telling you that the NQ has just switched to bearish mode for its short-term time frame. Now, you can see a nice A to B equals CD pattern out here. Let's go draw that in. This is the 30-minute time frame chart out here. So the 8-point down at the low from yesterday at about 9 o'clock in the morning makes a run up to a high from into 130. Makes a retracement. That's going to have to be our C point out here, and that's down to the 10.806. So the 1-to-1 would get you to 11.158. Not necessarily that's where price would stop, but right now the key level that the markets are dealing with, they're waiting to see what's the NQ going to do. This would be the place where it would turn down, and on that 30-minute time frame chart, I believe we had that TD9 count out here. Likewise, if price closes above that high, closes above 11.034, yeah, this is telling you to expect and anticipate a short covering rally. No polar vortex ice melt out there. But if price stays below this level, well, maybe the vortex is coming. That too. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We've got the, I don't have that screen up, and I'm multitasking out here. Always a dangerous thing. Dow is up 181, the S&P 31, the NASDAQ up 162. Michelle wants me to take a look at the GDX out here. I was trying to get my other charts to load properly. I don't know there we go. What the Sam Heck is going on. So here's what we know about the GDX. One, it completed the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the downside yesterday. That price projection let me expand the chart out to make it a little bit easier for everybody to see. So the A point of the A to B equals CD, that was the high from August 5th. The B point was 38.88, the low of August 11th. Makes about a 0.786 retracement into August 18th. Gives us a 1-to-1 price projection, 37.20. It basically hits that level on Wednesday. Yesterday on Thursday, you get a nice little piercing candle. That's your bullish reversal candle to confirm actually a Gartley buy pattern. So you've got a Gartley buy pattern that's been confirmed inside of the GDX out here. Price is below its daily profile. So that's resistance, 40.06, always dangerous. In between the top and bottom of its bear structured weekly profile. So that weekly is saying, hey, I still want lower price. Well, let's go see where any counter trend rally might run into, where the GDX might, if this is just a counter trend rally, where it would run into resistance. Just took me a little while to say that. Well, voila, here we go. So, Michelle, here's what I want. So you got the valid Gartley buy pattern. What we also have is yesterday we can see that Stevie's green line turned red out there. And we know that when the oscillator and change line changes colors, that over the coming sessions, don't know whether it's 2, 1, 4, 10, 15, just know that we should anticipate that price and that line are going to catch up to each other. It's usually sooner than later, but sometimes, things can take forever. But with having the bottoming pattern out here, what price should do inside the GDX, it should make a move up to that red line. Currently priced at 40.49. 40.06 is the bottom of that profile. Michelle, how price handles that, if that test unfolds, how price handles that line will communicate to you what its real intent is. That would be where the counter trend rally would end. So right now, the GDX on a daily basis is saying that this should bounce based upon yesterday's piercing candle. Let's go take a look at the weekly time frame out here. The weekly time frame, the GDX shows us what? Not much. But what it does show us is that price is trading below Stevie's green line. And that opens up the door for the bottom of that profile, 32.77. So this would say that when the counter trend rally is done, should it complete, on the daily basis, that could do what? That could set up the next A to B equals CD to the downside. But we have to take things one step at a time. So the answer to your question, if your question was, what's the GDX doing today and what can you anticipate? I would say at this stage here, you've got to anticipate a bounce over the coming sessions up into Stevie's red line into that $40 level out there. So I hope that helps out with regard to the GDX. Now, Michelle is a smart cookie. And I will bet the next question is, well, wait a minute, Steve-O. If you're telling me that GDX is giving us that signal, what's the signal coming from the gold contract? Well, why did you ask me that question? Because it was a very smart question to ask. I get that. Okay. So let's go see. Do we have the same message? Because that's really ultimately what you want, isn't it? You want to get the same message coming from instruments that impact each other. So now, if we go take a look at the gold contract, did we get a bullish reversal candle yesterday? Holy shnikes, we did not. However, what did occur yesterday? Stevie's green line turned red. So we're at a stalling area. Prices pulled back to a breakout level, 1831. We don't have any type of confirmed bottoming signal or pattern at this stage here. But because of Stevie's green line turning red, you could easily see gold go ahead and continue moving higher up into that level. That level, by the way, is 1924. So that's where its counter trend move could end. That's where a bounce would take us to. So if that's going to take place out there, and I don't know that will, we've got to go take a look at the 30-minute time frame chart here for gold. So let's just pull over this one. It won't have the Chapman wave counts on that. Not a big deal. So, well, what do we know here? It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? What's so beautiful, Steve-O? What's beautiful is I really try to share with you extraordinary tools that I do want you to use. I want you to use these tools. I want you to know how to use these tools. I want you to pass this down to your kids and your kids to their grandkids. We don't know what the world's going to look like. But one of the things that we do know, there's going to be markets out here, and there's going to be chart patterns, and they need to have these tools in order to be able to really be able to have a better chance of success in life. Get all of those buckets working for you. You know, get your real estate working for you. If you own a business, get that working for you. Get your money working for you, and keep working hard as well. Hey, but come back to the reality. Well, the TD9 count breakout level, 1853.80. There was a big price swing at 10:30 this morning. I wasn't around. But look at where price moved back to on gold, 1853.80. Generated a nice little hammer candle out here. If price can close above 1868.70, the top of that current 30-minute profile, we should see run all the way up to its breakdown level. That breakdown level is going to be 1894.40. So if you're looking for a congruent message, Michelle, you need to see gold on a 30-minute basis close above 1868.70. Hope that helps you out. Thanks for all those questions out there, even though that was a little bit of teamwork. Speaking of teamwork, let's go speak with Alan in California. Alan, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
How you doing, Steve? Calling
Good.
about CX, CMAX, concrete.
Yes.
It bounced off the 50-day, so I put a buy in for 350. And is that smart, or what do you see in it?
So is this a trade, a holding?
A trade, yeah. It's a trade.
Okay.
You know, I was looking to see if it got back up to the 450s when it was just that.
Sure. So let's take a look at the CMEX. I believe this is an outfit out of Mexico. Is that correct? Do you know?
Yes.
Yeah, big, really successful. At least they were years ago. I studied the company. This is many years ago now, but really a great success story out here. So your question is, in essence, is CMEX a buy today from a pattern standpoint? So when this made its high in that 450 range, it was doing it on September 15th and September 16th. And those two candle sessions out there, Alan, were shooting star candles, opposite of a hammer candle. Now, the importance of the candle formation is there a pattern associated with the top? And the answer is there was. So you had the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. Now price is below Stevie's green line, the oscillator and change line, currently printed at 373. Today is going to be bar number 6 of a TD9 count. Price could pull all the way back to 305. Not saying that it's going to. What I would say is this. And I'm not suggesting that you have to, jettison your position or anything along those lines. But I would expect if there's going to be a bottom that forms inside of CMEX, it's going to be on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. Today's going to be bar number 6. So you're looking at maybe not until next Wednesday or Thursday of having that type of a confirmation out there. Pattern-wise, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking to say, hey, Alan, price is pulled back to a level of support. And so, go ahead. It makes all the kind of sense in the world to go ahead and take that position. Here, if we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, price got all the way up to that 435 level. That's its breakdown area for its weekly time frame. And you had a weekly shooting star. This kind of suggests to me that price wants to pull back to about 319. Alan, we're going to a break. Feel free to hold on for that break. Come up with your question because we've got about 2 minutes, and I'll answer it as best as I can. Or if this is good enough, then have a fantastic Friday. So your choice out here, but we're going to a hard break right now. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back up, folks. So you got the Dow up 204, S&P 34, NASDAQ up 181. We'll let Polar Bear, when he comes on in about 13 minutes, answer this question. But price is up above those resistance levels on the short-term time frame that we looked at the beginning of the show, folks. And this is suggesting to us you could see some type of rip-your-face short covering rally going into the close. Let's go back out to Alan in California. We were taking a look at his instrument, CMEX. CX is a ticker symbol. Alan, what other questions do you have that I can help you with?
Well, not much. As far as I thought I should have sold at the top when it got up there. I took my profits, and then, but I'm just setting up for another with the whole market. You mentioned Tesla. I don't want to bring it up, but the 295 for long term or 395. If my son picked up a couple shares long term, that's still good, right?
So let me pull the chart. Yeah, I'm going to pull the chart back up on the screen out here. So
okay.
in the case of Tesla out here, it looks to me like what it wants to do is go target the 436, 40-ish type area. That number is going to change 436 to 450. Whether it can get above that resistance at 450, I don't know. But that's what it appears to be suggesting to you and I as we speak right now.
Yeah, my question was just long-term for my son. He wanted to pick up like 5 shares, and I told him for long-term, in my opinion, it's going to go up. It's just when it does. Does that sound okay? Or?
Well, I mean, hey, look, it's just 5 shares. It's a couple grand. And
he's 24, so.
Yeah. It's really hard to say.
Okay.
If it's me, and it's $2,000, and it's for long term, I'm putting it in the NDX 100 as opposed to just one individual stock.
Okay.
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 That would be my suggestion. Okay. Hey, Alan, thanks so much for talking. We're about to the show's about to close down. And have a great weekend. You're welcome. Folks, stay tuned. 2 more great hours. Let's hear from our polar bear. He's the one that tracks all the shorts out there, and so he'll know whether or not you can get some type of major short covering rally going into the close. But that's what it looks like to end your Friday. Have a fantastic weekend, folks. We'll see you on Monday.